but it's because our mind skips from these emotions to emotions. So if I'm already experiencing love and I'm experiencing optimism, okay, then I go to anticipation. It doesn't mean I go to aggression. It doesn't mean I move on. But it means that out of love, if I'm feeling the emotion of love, okay, then I'm going to be more optimism next or more submission next. And once again, that's not necessarily going to be on your test that you need to know what the corresponding emotions are, but it helps you understand. Now, this is a deep level of thinking, okay? So let's go to disappointment, for example, okay? Let's go to disappointment. So if you have disappointment, okay, and you're more of an emotional person, okay, and it's sadness, okay, then after disappointment, you're going to feel more remorse because that's the corresponding emotion to sadness. If you're more of the logical person, surprise, then this disappointment is going to become more of an awe. Okay, now once again, I know that sounds kind of deep, but as you're seeing this, remember that these are what they call corresponding emotions. So what do we do in psychology, and what a psychological counselor does is they say, watch out, if this is your emotion, be ready, this may be your next emotion. So that it doesn't catch you off guard. So for example, if you have remorse, you're going to either go to contempt or disappointment, depending on what kind of thinker you are. And somebody who's studying you, or you will know, okay, am I more emotional, am I more logical? So what does that mean? So love is going to go more to either optimism or submission. Submission, now here's an interesting one, okay? Submission is going to go more towards love or more towards awe. Okay, so disappointment is awe or remorse, contentment, remorse, or aggression. So once again, we look and we see how these emotions are connected, okay, but that they come from both sides of the brain. Now, what are you going to need to know for your test? You need to know everything within this chart. You need to know the emotion, and then the two emotions that come from the different parts of the brain. Right-hand side, left-hand side, the emotional side, and the logical side. So once again, Plotnik's wheel, fascinating part of psychology. Now, I want to talk to you real quick about, what's coming down. I mentioned Plotnik's wheel is going to be on the next test. We'll cover Kohlberg's moral ladder on the next one. Now, I want to talk to you about universality hypothesis. Okay, I jotted it down here. Universality hypothesis says that facial expressions are not learned and are the same worldwide. Wow. So you're telling me that whenever somebody is happy, I can hold up a card of somebody that's in Japan, or somebody that's in Africa, or somebody that's in the United States, or somebody that's in Japan or Russia or anywhere, and you mean I can hold up the emotional cards and you can tell me if that person's happy, mad, sad, or glad? And the answer is yes. And I'll give you a perfect example. I've got this new little grandson that's just a few months old. And I can tell, and you know what? We didn't say, okay, Kenai, that's my grandson's name. We didn't say, okay, here's how you smile, here's how you look happy. Here's how you look sad. But right away, it's almost a baby expression. He's like, oh, that's good, oh, I'm happy. Or, not so happy. And he has all these emotions. So the universality hypothesis says no matter where we're at in the world, emotions are the same, facial expressions are the same, and that we can read people all around the world through the universality hypothesis. Kind of interesting. So you'll need to know that for your next test as well. I'll see you on the next video where we cover Kohlberg's, and then James Lange theory and Cannon-Barber. See you then.